We'll begin today's practice in child's pose. So finding yourself at your mat, we'll take wide knees, big toes together, resting the hips back to the heels. If you prefer knees closer together, that's fine as well. Arms in front, maybe slightly reaching forward to lengthen into the torso and then letting the arms rest down. Head connects to your mat. Relax into the muscles in the neck, shoulders. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. And closing the mouth in through the nose. And out through the nose. And try to keep this pace, keep this rhythm throughout your practice today. A few more breaths here. Slowly rise, we'll find our box. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Fingers are spread wide. Tuck the elbows in slightly to you. Gently press the tops of the feet into the mat to support the knees. On your next inhale, take the gaze high, drop the belly to the floor. And then exhale the chin to the chest, rounding into the back, pressing your mat away. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Take this a few more times, just at your pace. Following your breath. Now stepping the right foot back, we're going to plant the ball of your right foot on the mat. Start to relax the ankle, so driving off the hands, starting to find a bit of a flex into the foot. Allow that calf to stretch in that right leg. Breathe here. Begin to engage into the core, squeezing the belly button to the spine. And once you feel supported, float the right heel. So that right foot reaches to the back wall. And we'll begin to take that leg up and over the left. So stepping it to the left off your mat. Again, heel drives to the back wall. If you'd like to take your gaze over your left shoulder, looking back to that heel, you can as well, finding a deeper side body stretch. Start to engage into that core again. As you now float the right heel up and over to the right off your mat. We're going to plant it to the floor off the mat on the right. Take your left knee to the left edge just a bit to allow you some room. Sit the hips back to that left heel, arms in front. We've got our modified child's pose here. So with that right leg, if this feels a little too tight in the hip, you could draw that right foot a little further forward. Or if you want to deepen, taking it a little more into the hamstring, turn those right toes up to the sky. We're breathing here. Slowly rise to find your box, both knees underneath hips. We'll take a cat-cow here, inhaling up and exhaling down, chin to the chest. Meeting back in a neutral spine. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. So the ball of your left foot finds the mat, drive the heel back, allow for a stretch in that calf. Breathe through it here. Now squeezing into the core, begin to float that left heel into the sky, and we'll reach it to the right, over the right leg, stepping it to the right off your mat. Still pressing that heel back. Take your gaze over the right shoulder now, looking back toward that foot. Now engaging into the core, float the left foot into the air slightly. We'll send it all the way over the mat, to the left off the mat, planting it on the floor. The right knee scoots to the right just a bit. Sit the hips back to that right heel, our modified child's pose on this side. Again, maybe turning those left toes up a bit if you'd like. Breathe into it here. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly rise. Find your box knees underneath the hips. We're going to draw toes under as you raise the hips to downward facing dog. So gripping the mat with the fingers, palms pressed down so all the weight's not in the heels of the hands. Heels drive toward the mat. It's okay if they don't make it all the way there. But looking to get that straight spine, lifting the tail high. Step your right foot through to meet the hands. We're going to drop the left knee, flip the left foot. Begin to walk the hands back as you straighten that right leg, drawing the right toes back to you. It's okay if that right knee doesn't get all the way straight here. Think the heart reaches forward, so maybe not folding in half as much, reaching the head, but more the heart reaching forward to isolate that hamstring. You could gently squeeze the inner thighs together to give yourself some support. And you could also gently press the top of your left foot into the mat to support that back knee. One more breath here. And begin to walk the hands forward as you bend into that right knee. Now keep those hands at the top of your mat. We're going to heel toe the right foot to the right edge. Both hands inside the right ankle. This is going to be our modified lizard's pose. Now you could stay on hands, or if you're able to lower to forearms, you can here. Trying to keep the hips square, so try not to let one hip sink too far down, more than the other. If you'd like, you could keep the right knee hugged into the shoulder, or slowly draw it toward the right wall, so opening into the inside of that right hip. Now an added option here, you can stay just as you are, or you could sweep the right arm up to the sky, and as you bend into the left knee, reach back for that left ankle, pulling the left heel towards your bottom. So working into the quadricep of that left leg. Wherever you are, we're breathing into it. Now if you're hanging on to that ankle, slowly release so both hands find your mat. If you're on forearms, rise to hands. Let's all heel toe the right foot back to center in between the hands. Raise the left knee, we'll step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Heart sinking down, pressing off those hands, heels driving down. Step your left foot through to meet the hands. Drop your right knee and flip that right foot. Walk the hands back as you straighten the left knee, or half split here. Again, heart reaches forwards, breathing into this space. Walk the hands forward as you bend that left knee. Begin to heel toe your left foot to the left edge of the mat, both hands inside the left ankle. Our half lizard's pose here. Again, you could stay on hands or lower to forearms. Maybe that left knee stays hugged in, or you could take it out to the left. Breathing. We have that added option here. If you'd like to reach that left arm up to the sky, twisting to your left, and then reaching back for the right ankle, pulling the right heel in toward the bottom, you can. Or you could stay in that supported lizard's pose if you'd prefer. If you're hanging onto the ankle, release. Let's all take hands to the mat. Heel toe that left foot back to center. Raise the back knee. Step your front foot to the back of the mat. Downward facing dog. From here, lower to knees, and then find a cross-legged seated position. Let's take hands to heart center, thumbs to chest. One last deep breath in and exhale. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.